Howdy partners! Welcome to my channel and welcome to the Paisley Couch, here with the yellow walls behind me and a bunch of other crap you can't see behind the camera. Today was a cowboy hat kind of day. It was blue skies and a lot of sun was coming down, and I got a chrome dome here I got to protect, and I put sunscreen all over, and the hat was there to keep me cool while I was working outside up at the Michigan Renaissance Festival Fairgrounds. You see, I am an entertainer that specializes in the art of contact juggling and tightrope walking and fire juggling and a bunch of other stuff, character acting. I do a lot of different forms of entertainment. Comedy sometimes, when I'm funny. Sometimes it's not up to me to be funny, it's up to the audience to think that I'm funny, and that's what really counts. Anyways, I went up to the Michigan Renaissance Festival and took care of my wares cart. I have a cart where I sell these acrylic balls, and I sell a lot of them every single year at the Michigan Renaissance Fest. I teach people how to do the contact juggling, and I spend all day giving away free lessons. However, this year I will no longer be giving away free lessons because I'm concerned about the pandemic. I want everyone to feel safe about what's going on. And I'm still selling my spheres there, it's just I'm no longer giving free lessons all day long. But that doesn't matter anymore because I made tutorials here on my YouTube channel where I teach you how to teach yourself the art of contact juggling, which is being shown right here. Contact juggling is juggling while you stay in contact with the object you're juggling. And in this case, I'm using a 3-inch acrylic sphere. We use acrylic spheres instead of glass because acrylics are a little bit lighter, and acrylic spheres tend to glide over one another rather than grind over one another. So anyways, that's my sales pitch. If you're interested in buying some acrylic spheres, hit me up at TheAmazingFlec@gmail.com. We got a ball for every budget. I have a ball from $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large sizes. And we can talk it through. You get free lessons here on my channel where I teach you how to do the contact juggling. Dozens and dozens and dozens of illusions and tricks, maybe even 100, maybe between 1 and 200 things you can learn here on my channel. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. Weekly circus and floor arts tutorials every Sunday night or Monday morning. And I post daily on YouTube to the point where it's almost obnoxious. Alright, so it is obnoxious, but I'm not going to stop because this is a challenge for me to post every single day of this year. So with all that being said, let's do a little bit of magic teleportation with the power of video editing. With a snap of the fingers, I'll be at the Michigan Renaissance Festival right about now. Surprise! Today I'm working on my cart here at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. I am an amateur carpenter and I'm currently trying to cut some triangles out of this piece of wood right here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm using my GoPro and I'm not a very good camera person when it comes to not being able to see what I'm filming. But here it is. This is a piece of wood. I'm going to make some triangles for some brackets for some shelves I'm going to install on the inside of the cart. And the cart, of course, is right over here. Let's go take a look at what we're looking at. Alright, here we are. I'm trying to hide all the brand names of stuff I'm using, but we're going to put the shelves right in here. Right along here, and they're going to advertise the crystal balls I have for sale with a sign that says do not touch, because I don't want people touching them and then putting them down, have other people touching them and putting them down while we're in this global pandemic situation with all the variants and all that sort of thing. Trying to keep everyone safe and make sure everyone is comfortable physically, mentally, socially, and otherwise. And yeah, I'm going to get going on this. I'll probably do some filming once I start installing it and put it in fast motion because it's gonna be a long day out here, and I'm an amateur carpenter, like I said, and I got a lot of work to do, so stay tuned. Measure twice, cut once. Okay, we've got our triangle brackets cut. Now I gotta sand them down. Be right back. Okay, we're gonna have to make this a little more interesting. I'm gonna switch from this boring elevator music straight to some intense classical music. Alright, we got some triangle brackets cut. I have to go check to see what the next step is. I think I have to start cutting shelves out at the appropriate length. Be right back. So I didn't bring a tape measure with me, and I'm okay with that because I like to kind of do rough cuts because this is kind of a rustic festival and the cut that I need isn't necessary to be accurate to a thousandth of an inch or anything. So here it is. This is the width of the shelf I want cut from right here my finger is to the edge of this board. Just kidding, I'm fine. I was just playing a joke on you. Don't worry, I'm okay. Safety first. Well, there comes a time in a person's life where they have to use the restroom, so I'm going to turn this off and take care of business, then come back to taking care of business. Alright, well I won't get into details, but that was absolutely refreshing. I needed that. Let's go over the cart and see what's going on there. Okay, here we are. We're going to put these shelves on this wall, and I didn't bring a tape measure with me, so I have to adapt with things. I want to screw in from the outside, because if I screw from the inside out, I might have sharp screws on the outside of my cart, and I don't want anyone to potentially hurt themselves by putting their hands on the cart when they're walking past. So we're going to screw the triangle brackets from the outside in, and hopefully all goes well. So stay tuned. Let's listen to some more of that epic classical music. You see the concept now? I want to make 3 shelves, and then I also want to drill holes in top of the shelves so they can hold the spheres and people can look at my assortment of wares. I'm literally eyeballing most of this. I have my measuring stick right here where I can loosely gauge where I want to sink the screws in through the other side. And I'm thinking what I want to do is screw the screws in first and then line up the brackets afterwards. I hope this plan works. I'm not a carpenter. I'm making this up as I go. And I think it should be functional by the time we're done, but we'll see, folks. I'm noticing the width of these 2 end pieces on my cart are slightly different sizes. I might have to shave down one of these boards just a little bit to get it to fit. So stay tuned. Now say the magic words with me. Gee, I hope this works. Success! I'm going to carry on now and stop talking to you. Here's some more classical music. Had to change bits. The other one was getting a little old and sliding out of the screw hole. Can't have that happening. I'm sure my approach to this here project is enough to make any respectable carpenter cringe, but I'm doing it myself. DIY. I'm happy with this first shelf. I think it's going to work out good. Now I just have to make sure I measure properly as I go up the line here. And I think I can do it because I got my straight edges. Good old-fashioned straight edge. It's not a ruler or a yardstick, but it does what I need it to do. It's definitely not centered, but once I paint it, no one's going to be the wiser. Where did I put my pen? Did you take it? Just kidding. You're watching this from your device. You can't possibly steal my pen. Found it. Crisis averted. Back to what you're doing. So, how does a juggler sand down a hole? Like this. Do not try this at home. This is not safe. I don't recommend it. Well, it looks like I have my shelves all cut out now. That's pretty exciting. I have 5 on the top, 5 in the middle, 5 on the bottom. I thought I would try for 6, but the way these are spaced out, it doesn't quite work out so well. And I evened out the holes just well enough by my eyeballs that they look relatively even and somewhat aesthetically pleasing. We'll see what it looks like after I'm done painting it and I screw them down, and then I gotta go rig a rope and practice rope walking act for next weekend. And it's Sunday right now, and I also have to film a tutorial, so let's get her done. I got the shelves all finished here. They're all painted up nice, and I'm really happy with the results. I think they're gonna do just fine for my needs, and I think now it's about time for me to go rig my rope and practice my rope walking act for the Michigan Renaissance Festival. But I have a ball for every budget, like I keep saying. And yeah, it's time to wrap up this cart here and do some rope walking. Snap of the fingers. Renaissance Festival rope walking act practice. Take 1. All right, I did it. I made it up. It only took me about 2 minutes to do it. This is real exciting. I was really worried about this. I haven't done this in a couple of years, and it's fantastic, and I still got it in me. I'm really happy about this. This is a brand new rope too. I haven't broken it in yet. I was so nervous. I'm glad that this tree stump is still holding up well enough for me to do this act, and I'm gonna try walking on the stage next, so stay tuned. Let's do a little cinema magic, huh? If these timbers on either side of the stage I don't think are thick enough or reliable enough to sustain me up there. So I'm gonna have to find a solution, whether that is putting in new posts altogether or finding a way to set them to the stage so they don't move around at all to the left and right, because that adds a little bit more challenge to my act than I would care to admit. We sunk those posts in a couple of years ago, and I had this dream of doing a fire tightrope act on this stage. However, this whole stage is made out of wood, so that might not be the most safe thing to do. It's just one of those acts that probably wouldn't go over so well during the hot days, so it might be a good finale act at the end of the day around 7 o'clock. The sun's further down, the flames would appear to be a lot brighter because the sun is down. When the sun is up, you don't see the flames as much, and it's just much hotter and just not good. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna walk a fire tightrope. I'm sure that might raise an alarm with the fire marshal. I've walked fire tightropes before. I know how to keep myself safe while doing so. However, I think I can be a lot more entertaining without risking my life, my body, or even my lungs, because vapors, toxic fumes come up off of the line. And that might be a reason why I have increased respiratory issues over the years. I know what you're thinking. This guy is not that smart, and you're absolutely right. I am not the brightest crayon in the shed. I'm not the sharpest tool in the drawer, or I don't know, the brightest bulb in the box. I don't know. All I do know is that I love rope walking, I love tightrope walking, I love entertaining people, I love juggling, I love dancing, I love art, I love music. I got a passion for life, and I want to make sure I live longer. And I still think I can do all these things while being safe about it. And so should you back at home. So please never do anything that puts your life or your well-being at risk for the sake of entertainment or for the sake of showing off to other people. It's just not worth it. There's always a better way to be entertaining without putting yourself at risk or anyone else at risk. Anyways, that's it for now. Back to the Paisley couch. And we're back on the Paisley couch. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. I appreciate it very, very much. I know this one was a little bit ridiculous, but hey, my day was very busy today and I had to do something in order to post every single day. And that's what I did, is just kind of document what my day was like in prepping for the Michigan Renaissance Festival, taking care of my cart and so on. But hey, you got a little bit of a preview of what I'll be doing at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. So if you're in the area, if you're in the Michigan area, or if you're even in Ohio or Indiana or even in Canada, you might want to check out the Michigan Renaissance Festival and check out my show. I'm the Amazing Flec. I'll be doing rope walking acts as well as my contact juggling shenanigans. And if you're lucky enough to get a ticket to the Feast of Fantasy, you can see me juggle fire inside of the castle. Ooh. Alright folks, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video here today. Remember to check out my playlist section. I've organized all the content that I made this year into playlists that make it easier for you to find something that might pique your interest. Remember to subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Throw up a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot to get noticed more, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get myself out there. A little thumbs up, a little subscribe can go a long way. It doesn't cost you nothing. It means the world to me. And that's that. Thanks again for watching, folks. Please remember to never give up. Do your best. Stay true to you and who you are and what you stand for, and be amazing. What I mean by be amazing is just be the best version of you, exactly who you are. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next video. Here's a heart going up the camera, and good night.